Oh, I can share my screen. That's pretty cool. What's up, YouTube? My name is Bill. Welcome to KO Bets. On tonight's show, we're going over UFC Fight Night. Dolidze. Who's he taking on? Nasruddin Imavov. So we've got quite a few fights to go over tonight. We made predictions. Oh, here, I can share my screen. So I'm starting to... yeah, who cares? Is it letting me or no? Oh, it's probably not letting me. I'm going to do cancel. I've got my work email pulled up. All right. But we're starting to track units is what I'm trying to say. And it was a heist last week. Net result, we finished up 2.35 units, which is good. That brings we've only had 2 fight cards, so our return is minus 4% so far on the year, but that's not bad. We had a really bad first card. That was the who was the main event of that? Oh, that was Johnny Walker and Magomed Ankalaev. That was a rough one. And then last week we finished up. That was good. And then this week, if you want to receive my official plays, just shoot me a note. You can shoot me a note on Twitter. I'll send it to you. So for UFC Fight Night, I'm gonna share. I want to share my fight tab. There we go. I'm gonna share this screen with you. So for UFC Fight Night, Dolidze taking on Imavov. I've got some plays, but I think I'm going to play this fairly more conservative than we did the first 2 weeks. Probably take some shots on some underdog props. And otherwise, I like a lot of favorites for the most part. So we've got Tom Peterson. He's taking on Jamal Pogues. Tom Peterson's coming off of Contender Series win. Really good grappler. Heavy ground and pound. When he gets top position, he's pretty much putting away his opponents. He's got a bunch of knockouts. He showed a submission on Dana White's Contender Series. And then Jamal Pogues is just an interesting looking heavyweight. He's not a true heavyweight. He fought for a long time at 205, and he had a lot of great physical tools at that weight class that they're not translating yet at heavyweight, specifically grappling. He's going to be at a huge disadvantage here, grappling-wise. And then Thomas Peterson can crack a little bit on the feet. So Jamal Pogues has to be careful, be aware. I kind of see Thomas Peterson just getting him to the ground, laying some heavy ground and pound on him, getting them out of there in the first 2 rounds and winning this fight. If Jamal Pogues wins, he's able to stuff takedowns, stay on the outside, point strike essentially with a guy like Peterson, and I just don't think that's going to happen. So Tom Peterson is the favorite at minus 175. Jamal Pogues is plus 145. I kind of like the idea of risking less and putting money on Thomas Peterson KO or submission, so inside the distance at plus 130 instead of betting on, minus 175 here. I don't think Jamal Pogues gets it done, but if I could risk half a unit and get back 1.15 units versus risking a full unit, and you're only winning 0.57 units back. I don't know. It's a low weight, a low level heavyweight fight too. I don't love the cardio of Jamal Pogues, what I've seen so far. So I'm going to go with Thomas Peterson here. The next fight we've got is Landon Quinones taking on Markel Medeiros. Landon's a super tough fighter. Markel is a really good stand-up artist. Who did Landon fight in his debut? It was someone tough. Nasrat went to a decision against him. He got beat up, but he was tough and he stayed in there the entire fight. Was there in the third round, putting pressure on Nasrat. Markel Medeiros, he is yet to fight in the UFC. I think he fought on Dana White Contender Series, and he obviously won there. I think he won inside the distance too. We can check Sherdog here. See what it says. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here. Markel Medeiros. Yeah, he had a flying knee. Was stuffing Isakov's takedowns and hit him with a knee. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good fight, entertaining fight. Takes place on the feet. I think it probably goes the distance. Medeiros, his one loss is a decision. Landon, we saw how tough that guy was against Nasrat. His two losses are also decisions. So I like this one to go the distance. And odds have Landon as the underdog at plus 114. Markel Medeiros is minus 135. Yeah, I don't love betting on fighters that look good in losses, right? I mean, Landon did lose to Nasrat. It's basically a pick 'em, and so I'm gonna go with the underdog. But I think as far as a bet and a play that I like a little bit more, it would probably be like the fight to start round 3 or 2.5 we saw there. Fight to start round 3's minus 165. So I just think both of these guys are super tough, and I think it's going to be a close fight, entertaining fight. Should see the scorecard, and yeah, I would say Markel's going to be dangerous early. Let's see if anyone's shooting for takedowns and showing they don't really want to stand on the feet. And then Landon, I think, is going to be there at the in the later. So give me Landon to get it done. The next fight is Luana Carolina taking on Dolidze. This picture loading. What? Luana Carolina. Let's look at her most recent fights. See what's going on. Petrovic won, lost to Wood, lost to McCann. I mean, Carolina's a good fighter, able to take advantage of her frame, stay on the outside and strike. Julia Stoliarenko, she's an armbar specialist. She's going to need to grapple, I think. If she gets Luana down to the mat, and Luana has okay takedown defense, but I think if you're persistent with the takedowns, like all you got to do is get her down once, and she's not the best at getting back up to her feet, in my opinion. So I think if you're Julia Stoliarenko, the game plan is just to secure takedowns early in rounds and just search for a submission at some point. So I'm gonna roll with Storlyarenko to get it done. She is the favorite at -148. I think the recipe for Luana to win would be probably just point striking to a decision. The Storlyarenko submission at +140, and odds makers do not like to go the distance. That's at -135. Let's look at both of these fighters really quickly and just see, we know Storlyarenko probably has like 10 submissions on the victory side. I just want to get a picture